Happy Monday, y'all. It is January 11th, 2021. It's time for another edition of your Monday Market Minute, brought to you by me, Chance Hammock, Utah real estate agent with Coldwell Banker Realty. Hey, hope the new Year's off to a great start for you so far. I get a lot of good questions from home buyers and home sellers, and one of the first questions I get on either side of the transaction is, "Hey, what goes and what stays with the house?" And that's a fantastic question. And the easiest thing I say is everything is negotiable. Now, there's some things in the contract that are called inclusions and exclusions. And just like it sounds, if it's included, it's an exclusion. And if it's excluded, it's an exclusion. But I want to read to you the part from the Utah real estate purchase contract. I'll throw it up on the screen so you can read it with me. And it is from section 1.1, included items. And you can see there, it's pretty long and lots of verbiage, but it's important to note too. So it says, unless excluded herein, this sale includes the following items if presently owned and in place on the property: plumbing, heating, air conditioning fixtures and equipment, solar panels, ovens, ranges and hoods, cooktops, dishwashers, ceiling fans, water heaters, water softeners, light fixtures and bulbs, bathroom fixtures and bathroom mirrors, all window coverings, including curtains, draperies, rods, window blinds, and shutters, window and door screens, storm door and windows, awnings, satellite dishes, all installed TV mounting brackets. Notice it says brackets, but not the TVs themselves. All wall and ceiling mounted speakers, fixed carpets, meaning area rugs that aren't tacked down would not be in inclusion in this part, as well as automatic garage door openers and accompanying transmitters, security system, fencing, and any landscaping. And then I'll go ahead and also put up 1.2 and 1.3 that deal with other inclusions and exclusions. 1.2 is how you would add some inclusions there, and 1.3 is how you would specifically exclude certain items. So you can see there 1.1 where it starts unless excluded herein, and 1.3 with the excluded items is how you would do that. And so people will say, hey, the washer dryer, are they included or excluded? And the first thing I would do is I would go to the MLS data sheet on that one, the listing, and say, hey, let's see what the sellers want to be included or excluded. And when it comes to washer, dryers, and fridge, I'd put it around 50-50, maybe 60-40 in terms of being included. But I've also seen sales where those were excluded, but the buyers came in and they did an over ask price and said, hey, we're paying $2,000 over, we want to see that washer dryer included as well. And a lot of times that'll happen. Every now and then I'll see in a listing saying, hey, we want the chandelier in the master bedroom excluded, or the draperies in the living room excluded. And that's one of those things where most of the time the buyer's like, all right, that's fine, we'll just put in 1.3 that excluded item. So I hope that covers it. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And when it comes to any offer, this is an area where I get very specific with my buyers and sellers, so that way we know exactly what to expect. One of the things you don't want to see is for somebody to go in and thinking something was included and it's gone, because either the seller misunderstood or the buyer misunderstood. And it's my job as your agent to make sure that nobody misunderstands, and that if that specific thing you expect to stay stays, we make sure it stays. Or in the case of a hot tub on one of my transactions, we made sure it went as well. My buyers had no desire to have a hot tub and take care of that. So, all right, hey, let's get to some of the 2020 numbers here rolling out. The Salt Lake Board of Realtors just published numbers from the best 5 years in real estate. And this is specific to Salt Lake County, but it's still a good barometer for what's going on along the Wasatch Front. So you can see here that in 2020, we had fantastic home sales, over 19,000 home sales. And this is all residential, all home types, so single family, multifamily, and includes all of those. And then you can see down from the fifth best was 2019, the year before. We had 18,122 there, and you can see the years here in between. But you can see how hot 2020 is, and right now 2021 still is looking to be a very, very hot year. We'll see some economic forecasts here that they provide to us as agents, and I'll come back and report on those and let you know what we're hearing. Of course, these are all forecasts. We had the same thing this time last year, right before COVID hit, and 2020 was supposed to look like a great year. Then February, March, April, they kind of scared us a little bit. We saw some pretty steep declines, but it came roaring right back in 2020, as you can see, was the best year on record, at least for Salt Lake County, and I wager we'll see that in other counties here in Utah as well. Well, hey, as always, if you want to see what's here and available, go to chancehammock.com. You can see the listings available right now on the Wasatch Front MLS. And if you want to see into those, or you have any questions, or if you want to get your home active, get that on that list. Give me a call, shoot me a text, 801-872-4318. You can also email me, chance.hammock@utahhomes.com. Hey, thanks so much, y'all. Have a great week.